Hi, I'm Ashley Reaver, the lead nutrition scientist at InsideTracker, and I'm joined today by Dr. Gil Blander, the internationally recognized longevity expert, as well as the founder and CSO, Chief Scientific Officer at InsideTracker. Join us today as we really let science take the wheel and show us how we can add years to our life and life to our years. Gil, let's start with a question on glucose. Why is glucose related to aging, and why is it so difficult to optimize?
Yeah, so maybe glucose is one of my favorite biomarker because it's so important for longevity, starting from model organism and going to human. So let's start with model organism. A lot of studies that even started in worms and went to yeast and other model organism show that when you modulate the insulin pathway or the glucose pathway, you can see a significantly increase in lifespan or significantly decrease depending on what you are doing to this pathway. So even in a small model organism like that, we found that glucose is so important for longevity. So now let's deep in and try to understand what glucose is doing in our body. So glucose is basically the energy currency of our body. It's basically circulating the blood, going into target organs. So basically going from the liver to muscle, brain, and other key organs. In order to be absorbed into the body, uh, the, the cells need the signal to tell them, hey, that's time to absorb the glucose, and they open the cell and allow it to go in. And that's what insulin is doing. Insulin is a small molecule that basically signal to the cells, hey, a glucose is here, capture it. So every time that there is a high concentration of glucose in the blood, there are small kind of cells that called B cells that localize in the pancreas that produce the insulin. So if you have a chronic high level of glucose, that means that these beta cells in the pancreas need to produce more and more insulin. When they are producing more and more insulin, they might get tired, and some of the cells can get age and stop producing insulin. If it continue, at the end of the day, you are left without any cells that are producing insulin, and then the level of the glucose in your blood will go higher and higher. And that's actually what happened in type 2 diabetes. You eat food, but your body cannot produce insulin in order to signal to the cells to capture the glucose, and the glucose is going higher and higher, and that's why you get diabetic. So it's very important not to eat too much carb or not to eat it all the time, and allow the body to have high and low and allow those beta cells to rest a bit. Now, if we are taking it into the next level, so okay, so why diabetes is related to longevity or to aging? The reason for that is that there is a lot of data that show that when you have people that are sick in diabetes have a much shorter lifespan than people that doesn't have diabetes, and also because there is a blockage of the supply of glucose, those cells are not function well, and at the end of the day, the body will stop working and will die. So glucose is super, super important from model organism to human.